Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers in the market, what to watch over the weekend, and more. Looking at our heat map here for the S&P 500, we can see a lot of companies finished neutral. Today was a very choppy day, and we'll be going over that later. But if we take out the companies that finished neutral today, and we just look at the rest of it, right? Sea of red over here. Nvidia only up 1.68%. Apple's finally pulling back. Avgo up 3%. Adobe, after earnings, held its ground pretty nicely. We'll be looking at their chart later, but relatively speaking, today was very, very boring. A lot of chop, and we can see that in the SPY, right? Like, oh my God, look at this. As soon as we would go somewhere, oh, maybe we have an uptrend here. Nope, got a downtrend. Uptrend, nope, downtrend. It's just the same thing all day. I mean, what a boring day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys here. I don't lie on the trading table at all. When I say this, I mean it with 100% truth. I completely, as soon as I saw that this was going to be the pattern for today, I took today off, honestly. I have my swing trades that I'm watching, and I have my alerts set for my stop losses and whatnot on those. But, there's no reason to sit here and just stare at this if you already recognize that today is just going to be complete chop, right? I mean, in total, if I can get this, strong magnet off here, very annoying. From the low, that's not even the low, from, the low of SPY today to the high. And as you can see, market is not completely closed yet. I do apologize for that, but we did have to kind of rush this upload. Not rush, but, get it moving a little bit. We're only going to be up. I guarantee you, if it gets up here, it's going to stop out at this 542.90 resistance. We're only up 0.5%, right? And that took all day. I mean, compared to yesterday, at least there was some, decent volatility yesterday, right? We were, down 0.6%, and then boom, magic, we were up, 0.67%. So at least there was some movement yesterday, down and up. Today has just been sideways all day. Very, very boring day. And that kind of reflects in stocks as well. Actually, historically speaking, this is the lowest at the top 5 stocks in the S&P 500. So that would be Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, and Meta have been correlating to SPY, which is very weird. And as you can see, kind of if we look here, right, you could see why SPY was neutral, right? You got neutral, neutral. You've got green, green, and then red. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense to be neutral from the big 5, but even Nvidia, after I'd say morning volatility going into intraday, we're just sideways. This is just look at this. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, just straight sideways across the screen. Very, very boring. If you did play calls this morning, I mean, yeah, you're probably a billionaire right now. But if you didn't, maybe you played puts, whatever. But in the afternoon, anytime past 1 p.m. if you're trading, oh man, I feel bad for you. It's just nothing going on. So unfortunately, guys, not every play works out, right? And that's kind of the transparency that we bring to this channel, right? That not every play will work out. Obviously, that is why we have good trading. And let me tell you guys this, though. We have so many more plays that work out than plays that don't, right? So if you keep the losses small and the wins big, which believe me, we keep the wins big, and there's evidence, honestly. If you want to take the time out of your day, if you have time, and go through our videos and look through everything we've called, I guarantee you that our winners are bigger than our losers, right? By a lot, too. And, if you just deploy a 25%, 30%, even 35% stop loss on, a trade, you're fine, right? We have so many more plays, and this AAL play is one that I honestly wish would have worked better. Now, Big Money either halved their position today or jumped out of AAL. So, just keep an eye on this. I do believe that it was halved, not fully out. I'll know more on Monday, or maybe even by close, depending on how Big Money filed the order. But, AAL actually had a great run down today, right? We finally saw it stayed below this 1141 the whole day, which is miraculous. I didn't even think that was possible. So me and Landon actually did cut down here. for only a very small loss. I don't remember the percent, but it was very small. It was well under like 15%. So, AAL, not the worst thing in the world, right?
Yeah, for sure, Andrew. We didn't lose too much on AAL, but we're always gonna tell the truth to you guys. Always be truthful. We try not to hide our losses, because then it makes it clearer to you guys that no one's perfect. Nobody wins 100% of the time, but the goal is to win more than you lose. But moving on to our first big money play, it's for ticker symbol QQQ. And just to reiterate the play, it was a call option contract at a strike of 480 with an expiration of 6/28/2024 and a total premium count of 671K and a total volume of 1.85K. The bot called this play out at 9:32, so right around here, give or take. And I mean, just look at the movement. QQQ ended up super high. This was a really good play. And if you guys are still in, with the amount of money that's in currently, definitely a good hold for the following week. But yeah, congrats, guys, if you guys got into this play. Just to show you guys a little bit of proof, I feel like we don't do this enough. But yeah, here's, if I just pull it up real quick. Just give me a second. Here's proof of our bot calling the play at 9:33, right here. So yeah, if you guys want more plays like this, join our Discord. It's completely free, where we're calling out plays like this all the time, or the bot, if you will. But moving on to our next big money play, it's for SoFi, so ticker symbol SOFI, and this is actually a put. Just to reiterate the play, it's a put option contract at a strike of 6 with an expiration of 8/16/2024 and a total premium count of 902K and a total volume of 23K. It's actually a pretty high volume. And yeah, we saw it move nicely today. The bot called it out around here at 10, and then it didn't have a lot of movement, but it had some movement, and that's what we like to see. It's been downtrending as of recent. So yeah, definitely a good hold for over the weekend, and the fact that it expires 8/16, definitely could see some downward movement next week. But moving on to our final big money play, this is for ticker symbol CEG, and just to reiterate the play for you guys again, this was a call option contract at a strike of 280 with an expiration of 1/17/2025. And a total premium count of 2.31 million and a total volume of 2K. And this play was called at 11:30, so that's around here. Called it around here, 11:30, and yeah, ended day pretty high. Some good returns there. If you guys took profit there, that's a nice movement. But definitely 2.3 million. Is a lot of money that will definitely, persuade you to hold for the long run. And since the expiration is 1/17/2025, big money saying this stock's going to be moving up in the long term, definitely look for it to move bullish for the long term. But that concludes our big money plays. But moving on to our blue chip long term stocks. First one we have is Tesla. And boy, do we have a day with Tesla today. Tesla actually shot down today. Just to kind of explain what happened here is we're kind of returning back down from the previous levels we had before the Elon Musk pay package was announced. So that's why we saw a pretty good drop here. I did actually enter a play around here, perfect entry, and then exited here. So it took some pretty good profit there. We were calling that out in the Discord. But moving on to our next blue chip stock, we have Apple. And same thing with Apple. Apple's kind of returning back to previous levels after the WWDC 2024 event, because that excitement's kind of going away. But yeah, we saw a little bit of a drop, but mainly just chop. Not a lot of movement. But moving on to our next blue chip stock, we have Nvidia. And Nvidia actually ended the day pretty high. Nvidia is just continuing to move upwards. So, I really like Nvidia. It's just so hard to play this since it's so high right now. But, if you guys are feeling a little risky, there's just no indication that Nvidia is going to be going downwards anytime soon, because there's just so much money going into the stock. And they just control so much of like a certain sector that it's unbelievable. But moving on to our next blue chip stock, we have Microsoft. And Microsoft today, same thing, had a pretty good run up. All these like blue chip stocks or big tech companies that are, pretty like far advanced in terms of like AI and chips and things of that nature. They're all doing pretty good today, just because they're all trending up together as a sector. But now moving on to earnings for the day. After close today, we actually have RNAZ, or Transcode Therapeutic. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Kind of a boring week for earnings. But as I've stated the entire week, the really exciting part is this Tempus AI. I know I've said this maybe 100 times by now, but the idea that they're bringing AI to medicine is really fascinating, and definitely could be a good stock to pick up here for the long run. But other than that, that's the end of this video. If you guys want plays like the big money plays, make sure to join our Discord in the link in the description below. And this is me and Andrew out. We'll be back tomorrow with another video.